Hello and welcome. I'm Sanjay Pinto. Captain Singh has shuffled his batsmen, but he has kept his top order intact. Now his Tamil Nadu contingent, Karunanidhi and co, don't seem interested in sending even a night watchman, or for that matter, a runner. It's because they are on a sticky wicket perhaps, and cabinet replacements seem to be the last thing on the DMK chief's mind. All he wants at this juncture is his daughter dear Kanimuri back. Back home, back at his CIT colony pavilion from the Tihar jail. The Prime Minister has kept 2 berths vacant, but will even his existing DMK players retire hurt from the UPA team soon? We may have to wait till the 23rd and the 24th of this month for a decision, but before that, experts Cho Ramasamy, editor of Tughlaq, and GC Shekhar, associate editor of The Telegraph, will help us decode what possibly lies ahead on the big question tonight. Will the DMK players stay on at the UPA crease? But all that coming up in a short while from now after the headlines and other top stories with Evelyn.
Thanks very much indeed, Sanjay. Let's take you through the headlines at this hour. Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh plays the trusted ally of the DMK, gives them time by reserving 2 seats in the rejig. A brave M. Karunanidhi says the reshuffle is not complete yet and adds the issue of DMK ministries will be discussed in the General Council meet. So even as the big meet comes up in 11 days, the ruling party pushes theirs to the end of their month. A tactical move? A division bench of the Madras High Court says that assets of IAS officials are declarable under the RTI Act.
An applicant asking for the assets declaration, the IPRs of any IAS officer by name will have to be allowed to inspect the asset declaration or even be given copies of it.
The state cabinet retains the creamy layer within the ambit of the 69% reservation in the state. A government order is passed after the resolution. Actress Ranjita files a complaint against a section of the media for featuring footage allegedly of hers, but media sources deny charges. And fueling auto growth, the state government gives a sprawling 50 acres at the bustling Oragadam to Aisha. Let's also take you through some of the rest of the day's stories nationally as well. In UPA2's reshuffle, 7 new faces figure. Jairam Ramesh gets promoted and hands over charge to Jayanti Natarajan. Sachang's boss, former CMO Shukla, is arrested in Lucknow for financial irregularities in the handling of the National Rural Health Mission. 6-year-old Roshan, whose mother went missing after the Calcutta train disaster, is reunited with her father, but her mother is dead. And on a road trip from Mumbai, the cast of Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara finally end their journey in Gurgaon. Now, just when we were beginning to think about the missing southern ally of the UPA in the big swearing-in picture and whether it started to speak of cracks in the 7-year-long marriage of the 2 stalwart parties, the Prime Minister came to the rescue. Right after the big reshuffle, Dr. Manmohan Singh has said the 2 seats have been reserved for the DMK. While the top political leader in the country looked accommodating with the DMK, he has also asked the party to come out with their decision soon enough. Speaking on the reshuffle, Dr. Singh hoped that it was the last major reshuffle before going into the polls. But in a very significant statement that came from Gopalapuram today, the DMK patriarch looked optimistic as he said that the reshuffle was not complete just yet. Here's what's been brewing between the 2 partners in this 7-year-long marriage.
The second cabinet reshuffle in UPA2 and DMK is nowhere in the picture. And all that the DMK patriarch Karunanidhi had to say was this: the reshuffle is not complete yet, did not ask for any replacement portfolio from Pranab. But what is significant is Karuna's next line: we will decide on all issues relating to centre and ministers in our General Council meeting. This is the first time in 7 years that the DMK is not saying that all is well with its ally, the Congress. A point not lost on the Congress.
This alliance is there, the alliance will continue and it will be strengthened.
And clearly Kanimuri and not cabinet berth is the top agenda for the DMK today.
Any replacement?
No, we have not decided anything over that.
DMK's Rajya Sabha MP and Karunanidhi's favourite daughter Kanimuri has been languishing in Tihar jail for over a month now. However, it seems that the Congress has not forgotten its southern ally. An hour after the swearing-in ceremony, Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh said 2 berths were reserved for the DMK in the UPA government. He said, and I quote, We hope they make up their mind soon. Even the Prime Minister may have to wait a while, until July 23rd, when the DMK stand will become clearer. Will it pull out its ministers, or will it accept the two berths and let the marriage of convenience continue? Bureau Report, NDTV Hindu.
Meanwhile, in what may be seen as a tactical move now, the AIADMK, the ruling party here in the state, has decided to postpone its own executive committee meeting to the 30th of July. That's just a week after the DMK's own meeting. This is the first big meet post the May polls that also celebrates the thumping victory for the AIADMK. But let's just get you that big news about the big cabinet reshuffle that took place today in some more details. Jairam Ramesh has left the Environment Ministry, albeit with a promotion, and Veerappa Moily has been replaced as Law Minister by Salman Khurshid. Now, Mr. Ramesh, credited with revving up the Environment Ministry, has been promoted to cabinet rank with the Critical Rural Development Ministry. But the big four ministries, Finance, Defence, Home and External Affairs, remain unchanged. And as anticipated, no replacements have been announced for the vacancies created by Mr. Dayanidhi Maran or even A. Raja, both from the DMK, who have resigned over corruption charges. Mr. Moily, who will move to Corporate Affairs, exits the Law Ministry at a time when the government has been reprimanded in a glut of cases by the Supreme Court. Ms. Jayanti Natarajan, former Congress spokesperson, will now handle the high-profile Environment Ministry as a Minister of State with independent charge. As expected, Dinesh Trivedi of the Trinamool Congress has been given the Railways Ministry, a cabinet rank post vacated by his party chief Mamata Banerjee after she was elected West Bengal's chief minister. But among the new faces this time around, Milind Deora, Mumbai's young MP, has been made Minister of State for Communications and Information Technology. But for the big question tonight, it's over to our executive editor, English News, Sanjay Pinto.
Thank you, Evelyn. Now joining us in our studio is G.C. Shekhar, Associate Editor of The Telegraph. Also joining us from his residence is Mr. Cho Ramasamy, veteran political commentator and editor of the Tughlaq. Shekhar, to you first. Many leaders in the DMK like TKS Ilangovan, AKS Vijayan, were actually hoping that they would be in the race, that they were contenders. But when Karunanidhi says that the exercise is not over just yet, and Manmohan Singh goes on record to say that he's kept two chairs, keeping two seats warm for the DMK, do you see this as a sort of truce between the two parties?
Well, the Congress wants to reach out to the DMK, but the DMK is still miffed about the Congress unhelpfulness, being unhelpful in getting Kanimuri bail or protecting Dayanidhi Maran. So the DMK is trying to play hard to get now, but that doesn't mean that the DMK will dump the Congress. It's not going to happen because the DMK needs to be in the center. It needs the Congress. It needs the alliance. But Mr. Karunanidhi has said that all decisions, all these will be decided at the General Council at Coimbatore. Which means that he says that our two will decide on the two representatives who will fill up the seat.